In today's video, we'll look at 10 cars that will increase in value over time when kept in pristine condition. The most expensive car to be sold is a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. The Ferrari with the Scaglietti chassis number 3413 GT sold at an auction for $48.4 million in 2018. At the time of production, this Ferrari was worth $18,000, which is about $153,000 in today's money. In more than 50 years, the value of this Ferrari has bumped up to more than 300 times its original value. In the next 50 years, what will be the value of your car? In today's video, we'll look at 10 cars that will increase in value over time when kept in pristine condition. A quick reminder before we go on, smash that like button, subscribe, and toggle that notification button so you will not miss out on more exciting content from this channel. Number 1. Honda S2000. Honda launched the S2000 to celebrate its 50th anniversary. The car was first displayed at the Tokyo Motor Show in 1995, but it didn't produce until 1999. The Honda S2000 is an open-top two-door roadster with a 2-liter naturally aspirated engine that produces 247 horsepower at 8,300 RPM. The engine has a redline of 9,000 RPM and is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. The S2000 is loved among gears loyal to JDM, Japanese domestic market cars. The S2000 was in production for 10 years. The S2000 received a facelift in 2004. The engine, gearbox and suspension were upgraded, and the subframe was strengthened to help the car be more rigid. Today, some S2000s can be purchased for $7,000. The ones with low mileage can be sold for twice or thrice that amount. The S2000 is a cherished car. Honda sold over 110,000 examples. Soon, the value of this little sports car will rival modern-day vehicles. Number 2. BMW M5 E34. The M5 E34 qualifies as a sleeper car. It sports a retro, elegant-looking design, has speed, and is stocked with features well ahead of its time. Its 3.5-liter straight-six engine puts down 311 horsepower. The engine is mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox upgraded to a 6-speed manual in 1994. This iconic sedan goes from 0 to 60 mph in 6.3 seconds. Many car lovers have forgotten this high-performance sedan with round headlights and a boxy body. It had new features like stability control, adjustable damping for the suspension, all-wheel drive, and traction control. Today, you might be able to find a BMW M5 E34 in good condition for under $10,000. If you're willing to spend more, you might be able to buy one in better shape. This car has the potential to increase in value over time, as it is one of the first super sedans ever made. Number 3. Toyota MR2. The MR2 was produced from 1984 to 2005, and Toyota gave the public 3 different generations, the Mark I, II, and III. The Toyota MR2 got its name from the way it was designed. A mid-engined rear-wheel drive 2-seater. It sports a 1.6 inline 4-engine car mounted in front of the rear axle. It had 112 horsepower, disc brakes on all wheels, a 5-speed manual gearbox sourced from the Toyota Corolla, and an optional 4-speed automatic gearbox. The Toyota MR2 has impeccable styling. It can go from 0 to 60 mph in 8.4 seconds. It has an optional rear spoiler and T-top glass roof panels. The MR2s of interest would be the supercharged variant from the first generation, the MR2 Turbo from the second generation, and the MR2 Spider from the third generation. The MR2 Spider is the rarest of the pack, with less than 30,000 copies sold in the United States. It was produced in 2005, so it would be easy to find a low-mileage copy in good condition that can increase in value. Number 4. Dodge Viper SRT10. Dodge Viper is wild and unrefined thanks to its 8.4-liter naturally aspirated engine with 645 horsepower that propels it from a dead start to 60 mph in 3.5 seconds. That is supercar performance right there. It has a rated top speed of 206 mph, that's 331 km per hour, and 600 pounds-per-feet of torque. The Viper SRT10 is no joke, and it can be quite a lot for many to handle. The Dodge Viper SRT10 doesn't even have electronic stability control. The driving experience is raw, wild, and not for the faint-hearted. In a world where everyone is making the switch to autonomy, the Dodge Viper SRT10 would stand out as a relic, a reminder of what it felt like to have a 2-ton object moving as fast as a bullet under your control. For this reason, the SRT10 has the potential to increase value in the future. Number 5. Nissan GTR. Among car circles, the Nissan GTR has been nicknamed the Godzilla. Nissan has consistently downplayed the power these cars have. They advertised that the R35 GTR's 3.8-litre V8 engine had just 450 horsepower. Customers who took their stock R35 GTR to be dyno tested found out that it had over 500 horsepower. The GTR is capable of doing 0 to 60 mph in 3.3 seconds. The GTR on a racetrack has disgraced more expensive cars like the Porsche 911 Turbo and the Lamborghini Murcielago. If you manage to get your hands on the Nismo-tuned 600 horsepower GTR, there's no telling how much it'll be worth in the future. The Nismo-tuned GTR goes from a dead start to 60 mph in 2.9 seconds. The GTR is well sought after because of racing games and movies like Fast and Furious, and many of the older versions like the R32 and R33 are already considered classics. Number 6. Land Rover Defender. The Land Rover Defender remained in production for 67 years. It was introduced into the luxury off-roading class of vehicles as the Land Rover 110. Over the years, the Defender has always had 4-wheel drive, and it got its heritage from the Land Rover series, which was displayed at the Amsterdam Motor Show in 1948. The Defender is a classic truck, the Brits' answer to World War II Jeep CJ models. Production of the Land Rover Defender ended on the 29th of January 2016, with over 2 million units produced. The sale of the Defender has been prohibited in the United States since 1997 due to safety regulations. The 3 limited edition Defenders, Heritage, Autobiography, and Adventure, produced a year before production ended, will fetch a handsome sum in the next few years. Number 7. Ford Mustang Shelby GT350. Carroll Shelby became famous for the role he played in the Ford GT40, a high-endurance racing car that won Le Mans continuously from 1966 to 1969. Ford Mustangs are great cars with a lot of lovers and admirers. Older versions like the 1967 and 1969 Ford Mustang are already increasing in value. The Ford Mustang Shelby GT350 is one of the best Mustangs ever created. Its 5.2-litre engine, nicknamed Voodoo, puts down 526 horsepower and can rev up to 8,250 RPM. The suspension is tuned for racetrack performance, and there's a hardcore version, the GT350R. It has less weight and lacks comfort like air conditioning and other things that make it a daily driver. The name Shelby transforms this car into an instant classic. In many car circles, it is a classic already, and its value is steadily increasing. Number 8. Mercedes-Benz SL. The Mercedes-Benz SL has a racing pedigree. The first SL car from Daimler is the 300 SL. It was a racing car built for the Grand Prix in 1952, and Mercedes had no intention of creating a street version. However, in 1954, Daimler began the production of the SL class, which was marketed as a grand touring sports car. It features 2 different body styles, a 2 coupe and a 2-door roadster. The SL has seen different upgrades over the years. It has been fitted with a 5.5-litre supercharged V8 that puts down 510 horsepower, and a 6-litre bi-turbo V12 that puts down 610 horsepower. It offered a 5-speed automatic gearbox that was upgraded to a 7-speed automatic. The 1986 to 1989 models have already increased in value. The newer models might soon follow suit. Number 9. Ferrari 348 TB. The Ferrari 348 replaced the 328 in 1989. It enjoyed a production run that lasted till 1995, and less than 9,000 copies were produced. The 348TB sports a Type F119 engine, the last V8 engine to be produced under the direct tutelage of Enzo Ferrari himself. It was mounted in the middle of this two-seater Ferrari and is suitable for 296 horsepower at 7,200 RPM, with the help of a 5-speed manual transmission. It can go from 0 to 60 mph in 6 seconds, and it has a top speed of 166 mph. That's 267 kilometers per hour. The Ferrari 348TB is already a classic. Its limited production means there are only a few running around, and the last V8 from Enzo Ferrari makes it a potential collector's item. Number 10. Aston Martin DB7 V12 Vantage. Thanks to the James Bond movie franchise, the Aston Martin DB5 was allowed to shine. The DB7 V12 Vantage was produced from 1999 to 2003. It is a front-engine rear-wheel drive car sold as a two-door coupe or two-door convertible. The 5.9-litre V12 was mated to a 5-speed automatic or 6-speed manual transmission. It had 420 horsepower and 542 Newton-meters of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 mph in 4.9 seconds. The manual transmission variants have a top speed of 186 mph, that's 300 kilometers per hour, while the variants with the automatic gearbox have a top speed of 165 mph, that's 265 kilometers per hour. The DB7 is a great car from a meaningful brand. The value has the potential to increase in the future. If you're looking to buy any of these cars as an investment, please seek the advice of an expert. Investing in vehicles involves many risks, and even the best high-performance vehicles might not see an increase in value for years. Don't forget to smash the like button if you've enjoyed watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and toggle the notification bell so you get to watch the following video as soon as it's uploaded. See you in the next one.